Welcome, welcome, welcome to the return of Maximized Men. It's been a while, but we're ready to go. New year, first edition. So, as always, we're gonna start off with how our week has been. We got a message. We do have a message today. It's 5 pillars of the Maximized Man. So first, I'm going to kick it off to my brother Isaiah, see how his week was.
Hello, everyone. My week has been excellent. I've been learning a lot, just getting back in the flow of things after a phenomenal week of Power School. And yeah, I'm excited about tonight, and I look forward to the teaching from my brother Keon.
Okay. My week has been phenomenal, but my life has been phenomenal. So I can't say anything. It's Power School was on a different level. For those of you who have not been, you have to come. I can't explain it. It's something you have to experience. So with that being said, let's get started. I'm gonna look up a few verses and then we'll go from there. Like I said, this is 5 pillars of the Maximized Man. So number 1, first pillar of a Maximized Man is love. Now I know this seems simple because it is, but to understand that, you got to understand what love is. And I'm not even going to have my brother read a verse. I'm going to start it with this. Love thy enemy as you love yourself. Now the question comes from there is, who are you? You have to know who you are to know how to love yourself, correct? Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you deserve. And if you don't know what you deserve, you don't know how to love that. If you don't know the identity of a thing or what the purpose is of it, all you're going to do is abuse it. And that includes yourself. So you got to understand who you are and who you were designed to be. And so, who am I? Simple. I'm his beloved. Plain and simple. I know who I am. I'm more than a conqueror. I am many things that encompass my revelation of my Father. Not anybody else's revelation of my Father. My revelation of my Father. So, we're going to get into Brother Isaiah, if you could read Jeremiah 31:3.
Jeremiah 31, verse 3. The Lord has appeared of old to me, saying, yes, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness, I have drawn you.
So, he's loved us with an everlasting love. That means a love that does not end. Now, imagine that. Like, some of us feel like we don't even deserve that because of how we move or the things that we do. Yet, he still loves us. Yet, he still loves us so deep that you can't even quantify it. And those of you who are parents, you're understanding what I'm saying. There's nothing your child can do that will make you not love them. You could disagree with them. You can be frustrated with them. But you'll always love them no matter what they do. There's nothing they can do in this world, and I do mean nothing, that can pull me away from my love of my children. And I'm here on earth, so imagine the mighty one in heaven. Imagine our Father, how much he loves us. So, love your enemy like you love yourself. Now, you would never talk down to yourself or cut your arm off if you need it, right? So why would you cut your enemy's reputation? Because you effectively leave them dead, alive but dead. And we don't do that. Not here. This is kingdom. We're maximized. So this is a principle of being a maximized man. Or should I say human, depending on how you're looking at it. Now, I generally teach for men, but these principles are principles. The one thing about kingdom principles is they apply to all. The second principle is submission. So bear with me. I'm going to look up the definition of submission right now. Give me 1 second. It's always the last tab, right? The action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or the will or authority of another. So, we just talked about love being a pillar. Well, now I'm telling you to submit to that love. Because love covers a multitude. So you submit. You submit to our Father's will. You know, I shall grant you the desires of your heart for those who delight in me. Right? So that's why it's submit. If you're submitting, you're going to seek first the kingdom, right? So if you're seeking first the kingdom, seek first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added to you. I shall give you the desires of your heart, those who delight in me. So if you're seeking the kingdom first, that means everything's going to be added to you, and that's why you'll get the desires of your heart, because you're seeking the kingdom, which you'll find joy and delight. I know it was the long way around, but trust me, it's true. So if you submit to God, then you'll submit to his will for you. So if you submit to his will for you, you'll submit to his set end for you, which means you'll submit to every good and joyous thing he has set before you. See, people look at submission as losing something. I'm telling you right now, submission is gaining something. It's gaining a foundation, something that you know you can build on. That foundation is identity. Too often we take what we have lightly or what we have for granted. No, understand that we are blessed. We are beyond blessed, immeasurable. The desires of your heart. See, that's the thing. The heart is where the word is planted. So if you're flourishing and the word is growing, what will your desires be? It should be to do your Father's will. It comes full circle. So remember to submit. Brother Isaiah, if you wanted to read Job 22:21.
Job 22:21, and it says, "Now acquaint yourself with him and be at peace. Thereby goodwill come to you." Thereby goodwill come to you.
Yes. Can I get that one more time? I'm sorry.
Acquaint now thyself with him, and be at peace. Thereby good shall come unto thee.
You heard what it said? Be at peace. Why are you at peace? because that's where you find joy and peace and resting in the Lord. So when you submit to him and to his will and to the greater force by definition, right? So who work is it? I mean, I may be the hands, I may be the feet, but I'm not the one doing the work. I'm just the one carrying out the task. I'm here to do my Father's way. I'm here about my Father's business. And to be in business, I own a business. Trust me, I wouldn't be open if it wasn't profitable. So if we're here about our Father's business, please believe it's profitable. Nobody's in business for nothing. So our Father's business is kingdom. It's to push the culture of heaven here on earth, to do his will. So what's the main culture of heaven? Well, I gave you one. Love. I'm giving you two. Impact. This is a little subsection. Impact is easy because when you give a person a taste of heaven, they cannot help but to be changed. So you're going to impact them. So impact them with love. Impact them with kindness. Impact them with something for today. Impact them with the good news, which means it's current. Be the word. Give them the word. Feed them the word. Demonstrate the word. Give them the miracle. Heal them. And keep going. Guys, if anybody has any question, feel free to send me a question. Let me know where you're from. I'll answer them if I can. Another pillar of the Maximite Man is obedience. This is key. How about we be obedient in our submission? A lot of us like to submit to God, or say we submitted to God, or we're obedient to God, but we delay. I say this to my kids all the time. I'll be like, I have a daughter. I'll be like, Sarai, go clean your room. Okay, Daddy. And then I walk by 20 minutes later, her room's not clean. I'm like, why isn't your room clean? Well, I decided I was going to do this, but I didn't ask you to do this. I asked you to clean your room. Now, you're still going to end up cleaning her room. She's still going to end up cleaning her room. But now she risks correction when she doesn't need to be corrected. She has an understanding. We have a relationship. And with relationship comes understanding. So when your father tells you to do something, be obedient. Do it quickly and to the best of your ability. Do it with excellence. Don't try to delay, because the more you go the wrong way, the more he's going to have to send a force to send you back. A lot of things is not the devil. And us as believers, we like to blame the devil for things that are going wrong in our lives. But it's not the devil. It's ignorance. Your father told you what to do, and you did not do it. My people perish for lack of knowledge. When I hear that, I say, my people perish because they choose to remain ignorant. Learn the word, and then get knowledge of the world so you know how it operates so you can impact it. This week, Pastor Marjorie kept saying, and it's something I've been thinking for a long time, we're not here to be salt to salt. We are here to preserve the culture of heaven. We are here to spread the word. You can't be the light of the world from your couch. Stop preaching to the pulpit and give the gospel to those who've never heard it. It's better that everybody hears the gospel once before somebody hears it twice. Because that's what we're called to do. So, I ask you, what is obedience to you? Is obedience hesitating? If you're hesitating, are you obedient? Well, a man who puts his hand to the plow is not fit for the kingdom of heaven. Ask yourself, why is that? I could tell you 2 reasons why. One, if you're looking back, that means you have some sort of doubt. That's disbelief. Why don't you believe? Faith is what moves, and love moves faith. So, 2, God is forever progressing. So that 1 second you took your eye to look back, it literally cost you your stride. It cost you communication, because you don't get revealed everything based off seeing somebody once a week or twice a year. Relationship comes when you know a person, when they can trust you, when they can rely on you. And if you're obedient, your Father knows he can rely on you. So why can't you operate in that? We all can operate in that. No more excuses. You're a city on a hilltop. You're a city of a mountain. And if you're a city, that means you have everything you need there. Because you must have the power to supply the energy. You must have a place for people to get fed. You have everything. There has to be infrastructure. There has to be medical. There has to be hospitals. There has to be everything. Cities have everything you need. That's why people move to the city, because it has everything they need. Well, you're a city, so you have what the world needs. Stop holding it for yourself. If you hold an apple that's meant to be given to your neighbor, all it does is go rotten. And the fifth pillar is consistency. I like to say be consistently consistent. You got to be consistently consistent. I mean, he is faithful to us, forever faithful. He's the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow, right? So that should be the goal for us. The goal should be for us to remain consistent, and diligent in our consistency. I don't mean be consistent and show up on Sunday. I mean consistent and show up every day. It doesn't have to be in the church. It means when you're outside, the minute you leave your house, you represent him. You know what you represent. Be consistent. Your word is the word, the mark of excellence. So be consistent. Brother Isaiah, I'm going to go into a couple other things. Can you read Corinthians 16, 13, and 14, please?
1 Corinthians 16, 13, and 14. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong. Let all your things be done with charity.
So, the reason why I say that is because we have to be consistent. Now, when you're consistent and you're out here, you're going to have to be strong. Yeah. Understand that we move in faith. Sometimes things don't look like what you think they should look like. And that's the problem. When something doesn't look like it lines up, we assume, which is the lowest form of knowledge. Lean not on your own understanding. You do what your Father told you to do, even if it doesn't look like what you think it should look like. I have a saying, and now my house has a saying. It is what it is, but it's not what it seems. The more diligent you are in your walk, the more that will be revealed unto you, the more you'll have understanding of it. And when you're moving and you stand firm in that, then your needs will be met. Because, like I said, these are principles of a maximized man. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because if you're a maximized man, you're out here solving problems for your generation. And when you're out here solving problems in your generation, that means there's going to be a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of tests that you got to break through, walls you got to tear down. You know what I mean? So you could build some things. Things need to be torn down so they could be built up. That's what the military doing. We're special forces here. So you got to understand where your needs and your supplies come from. Isaiah, if you could read Philippians 4:19.
Philippians 4:19. But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus.
That's just a little motivation for you so you can keep your head on straight. All your needs shall be supplied according to his riches. That means he's a king. That means he has treasures. That also means that treasures are stored in effervescent vessels, which is people. So as you're out here supplying the needs as a maximized man, there's going to be people you can't come in contact with. This is where honor and relationship is due, and they supply the needs that were ordered from God. So, with that being said, just move in wisdom and understanding. And this is just a piece of advice. If you're not sure, if it's not of God, as my brother Solomon said to me the other day, well, I got two ways to check it, right? First is bump it against the word. The word is the word, the word is the word. The word is my foundation, and I'm standing as a son. You know? Two, ask yourself a question. What's the question? Is it selfless or selfish? If it's selfish, it's for you. If it's selfless, it's usually of God. And understand how to recognize the two. Okay. Now we're going to get into, if anybody's on that's not a man, you could choose to stay on, or you could choose to hop off. I'm going to get into a little bit of manhood. Isaiah, if you could read Malachi 4:6.
Malachi 4:6. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
Okay, this seems off subject, right? The reason why I'm saying this is we live in a day and an age where I was having a conversation with my brother earlier, and there was just people who were worried over today's political climate, what's going on in the world. Don't worry about it. As a man, don't worry about it. Understand your assignment. You have diplomatic immunity. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about it. These things were foretold. We're still going to move in purpose. Purpose over preference. We had to throw that in there because it's facts. And he shall turn and reconcile the hearts of the father to the hearts of the children. It means, or otherwise the land will be cursed. We're pulling fathers out of homes. There are, I don't know how to say that. There's men around, but God can't find a man to use. You understand what I'm saying? Isaiah, if you could read Ezekiel 22:30.
And I sought for a man among them that should make up the hedge and stand in the gap before me, and stand in the gap before me for the land, that I should not destroy it. but I found none.
So watch your atmosphere, because there were men around, and he couldn't find a man to stand in the gap, which forced him to do something. Now, if he doesn't have a man to steward the ground, he's going to withhold the rain. The scripture prior said you need men to turn their hearts to the children and children's to their fathers, so he doesn't curse the land. Understand the assignment. It doesn't matter what the world tells you. It matters what your Father tells you. We are not here to conform. We're here to transform. As like I said before, as my brother said, we are not here to hang out. Hanging out equals hanging on. And I'm here for abundance, not to hang on. If the word is my foundation, that means it's something I step on, something I build on, not something I hang off of. Okay, so, and two more things. I really just want you guys to don't focus on being sin conscious. Focus on being righteous. Not acting righteous, being righteous. I've never seen becoming in the spirit. You are. That's something we need to understand. We are, so be righteous. I've never seen a righteous man forsaken. And the reason why we need to be instead of become is because if you get into the spirit, you'll never get there, because eternity's in the spirit. So do it now. Be it. And let your actions follow your registration. So to me, being righteous is when you're righteous, you're obedient, is your obedientness to God. So when you move in righteousness, it's a display of your obedience to God. That's standing up straight. So I'm going to keep my eyes on my Father. I'm standing up straight. I'm vertical. I'm righteous. But also, you want to be justified. Not justified, but you want to be righteous and maintain justice. Now, justice is how you treat your fellow man. That's horizontal. That's here on earth, right? So now you're looking up and you're going across. So to be justified, you have to treat your brother a certain type of way. It's a certain action done with love. Now you're moving with righteousness and you're justified, right? So now they're intersected. Make sure you pick up your cross. Pick up your cross doesn't mean that you're here and you're going to have bad things. It means for times like today when people are being persecuted for knowing, not believing, for knowing. But it has nothing to do with nothing. So make sure you move with righteousness. And just a little tangent for my own thing. Guys, stop trusting man more than you trust your Father. Like I said before, everybody goes on Amazon. When's the last time you was on Amazon? Somebody tell me the last time they was on Amazon. Real quick. I bet you it was today, yesterday. I bet you somebody had some packages over Christmas. They ordered all this stuff. They just ordered it. You just ordered it, and it showed up. Magic. I don't believe in magic, but magic. You know what I mean? Poof, it's there. Jeff Bezos. We trust Jeff Bezos. Boy, because that Amazon does some amazing things. Where'd he get the idea? Pray like you know it's yours. Order it already. You trust Jeff Bezos, but you don't trust your Father? So you could set it and forget it, but you can't pray like you know it's yours? You're going to move with disbelief? To me, it doesn't even equate. Jeff Bezos got the idea of Amazon from God. All creativity comes from God. So rely on your Father. Don't rely on the world. Move with understanding. That's really all I got. Anybody got any questions? I flew. Isaiah? Anything? Put the stuff up then, Solomon. We're done. What was that? Oh, and I just to reiterate, my name's Keon Averette. I'm a son of the house. I like to thank Dad, Dr. Charles N. Deafen, amazing man of God who's got me to where I am today in business and in my personal life. I'm forever grateful. I don't think I could ever replay it. And I like to thank the amazing mother of the house, Dr. Donna N. Deafen. Don't sleep. She's just a wealth of understanding, a wealth of love. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to even be up here to talk to you guys. So if you want to sow a seed into the house, you could sow the seed at www.christlove.org, and you could click on the donate button. Or you can go to PayPal and go to www.paypal.me/CharlesandDeafen. Or you could go to Cash App, which is the $ Charles and Deafen. Or Venmo is at Dr.Charles-Deafen. Or you can send it to Christ Love Media, P.O. Box 72800, Providence, Rhode Island, 028907. And if you have Zelle, you could send it to Christ Love Ministries. The phone number is 401-999-4466. Guys, I know it was a short message tonight, but take it to heart. Let it take root. Share this word if you can, and just understand what we're here for. Love you guys. Thank you.